Hey, Hannah, we're here at the Burpee Museum, and I'm going to get you up close and personal with the ultimate marine predator, Megalodon. Now, it's early in the morning. He might be a little cranky, but we're going to see if we can get up close to him. Oh, here he is right here. So take a look. These are his teeth right here, just to give you a comparison of how big this shark is. I'm 6'3", and I can barely touch the top row of his teeth. Let's take a step inside into the belly of the beast, if you will. From tip to tail, 60 feet long. Now, to put that in comparison's sake, that's the length of 2 school buses. So that's how big he is and how wide he is right here for us this morning. Now, another comparison for you. You see the movie Jaws. You know about big sharks. Well, right up here, this is a great white shark, and he can be very cranky, too. Look at all these rows of teeth. Those are for gnashing and gnawing and tearing meat apart and all those other sea animals that he likes to snack on. And you saw him going after some guys in the movie Jaws and a couple other films, but he's really a nice guy. And those rows and rows of teeth that are going to fall out and regenerate and keep him eating and keep him happy and not hungry down there on the seafloor and in the rest of the ocean. Now, why are we here this morning? Because this exhibit isn't around for long, and you're going to want to come see the biggest shark that's ever existed at the Burpee Natural History Museum. Plenty to see and do here in this exhibit, and we're going to get to all of that this morning in a special interview for you, showing you some of the special exhibits here, not only in the Megalodon room, but all throughout the Burpee. Aaron Wright, 13 News. Hannah, I'm going to toss it back to you, and we're going to be here all morning, so stay tuned to 13 News Today.
We're getting in the holiday spirit of giving. Our very own Aaron Wright is live at Rockford Memorial for its annual toy drive. He's there in his sweater as well. You're looking good, Aaron. How's it going?
Yeah, definitely trying to get in the holiday spirit this morning. Hannah, I want you to check out a toy I don't think you can buy in stores. This is called the Distraction Station. It's got some really cool parts. You see the bubbles coming up the tube here. And something really cool, feature down here on the floor, you can actually change the colors by clicking on this. Really cool there. And it's, changes the water, changes kind of how the bubbles come up. Up here at the top, it's got a disc that shows different scenes projecting on the wall. Right now, we're looking at fish, and it actually plays music. Really cool toy, right? But it's actually here for some patients in pediatrics that are going through really painful surgery. This is one of the many toys that was bought with money from the toy drive. Coming up later this morning, we're going to show you what other toys they're buying and why it's so important for these young pediatric patients to have distractions like this when they're going through tough times. Live at Rockford Memorial Hospital, Aaron Wright, 13 News. Hannah, back to you.
Liv, hey, Aaron.
Hey, guys, here we are back inside the belly of the beast. We're joined by Scott Williams, Director of Science and Exhibits here at the Burpee, to talk about some of the stuff going on inside Megalodon. Scott, thanks for joining us. Can you explain the teeth we're looking at right here?
Well, what we have here is basically kind of a up-close view of the jaws or the teeth of a megalodon and the difference between the tops and the bottoms, the upper jaw versus the lower jaw. And so you'll get an idea of basically how to identify a tooth if you find it. Is it a bottom? Is it a top? And where in the jaw itself, sides versus top, is it? And what were they used for? Shearing versus crushing, things like that.
Very cool. Now, this isn't the only tooth-related exhibit inside Megalodon. Just to show you how important teeth are to sharks, we've got a second exhibit right here that kind of explains what size means to these teeth. Scott, can you walk us through this one?
Certainly. What we have here is several different sharks' teeth of different sizes. And one of the ways that you determine how long or how big your shark is based on the width of the tooth. So we have a nice little ruler here to get your width. You go over to this graph here and you slide the graph based from left to right with your x-axis being the width of the tooth. And then that gives you the length of the shark on the y-axis. So here's a modern great white at about 1.5 inches.
Okay, so we'll slide right about there.
Yep, and that gets us now about 20 feet.
Okay.
And then here's a big megalodon tooth that's 6 inches in width.
So let's slide it on all the way down to 6, and that comes to right here at 60 feet. So that's pretty big.
That's big. That's as big as you get.
Okay. And again, if you want to see for comparison side, look how long that is. His tail all the way down here to his tip up here, 60 feet. Again, that's 2 school buses. We're going to toss it back to the studio. Aaron Wright, 13 News, inside Megalodon. We'll be here all morning at the Burpee Museum. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Aaron. That is so cool. How informational.